Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Well, we're in a brand new year, and a lot of us are going to make some changes in our lives, and one of those may include your living or workspace. And if you walk through the door, and especially at home, and you don't have this feeling of joy and elation when you take a look around at everything after working a long day, probably want to rethink that, because it's probably not resonating with who you are. Maybe time for a redesign, and I've got somebody to help you out with that. She's amazing, has been doing this for, 40-something years. She knows her stuff. She knows trends. She's seen a lot come and go and can direct us on so much more. Dianne Davant joins us here today on the program. Interior designer, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you. Hope you are.
Yeah, very well. It's good to have you along with us. And these are the things I like to get out of the way. And this is one of them, and this is my personal story. And I'm going to go on record right now and say this. I'm in between homes right now. Sold one. Not the best market here in New York, so I'm waiting. I will never, and I never say the word never, I will never redo a home without an interior designer ever again. So much,
Smart
in fact.
man.
I'm sorry?
Smart man.
Well, here's what happened. Bought the last home, 2014, renovated the backyard. So we did a lot of changes within, and then also I was like, all right, let me redo the backyard as well. Made it tropical. That's my thing. Working multiple jobs, kids, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Gave me a legit ulcer. Not even kidding. Sent me to the hospital. I can't make this up. And that's my tip for all. Don't do it alone. It's not worth it. Life is too short. Get somebody who knows what they're doing and help you pick out things and redesign. And so that's my disclaimer. I lived it. I muchly respect what you do, Dianne, because we think we can do it, but we really can't. We really can't.
I think it's really important, first of all, to hire a professional. There are a lot of people in the business who claim to be designers and they have no training. So I think it's really important to check out the credentials of who you plan to hire. That's so important because it's like any other profession. You want the best doctor, you want the best plumber, you want the best to come in and take care of you. So that's what a professional interior designer can do for you. And you're right. We save so much stress, so much worry out there, because why not let us do the worry and have the stress for you? That's part of our job. And you can get into a lot of trouble, not just as far as ulcers go and the stress part, but you might not pick the right type of product. Say you're redoing the tile, okay? You go and do it yourself. You might not pick one that is appropriate for use on a wet floor if you're using it in the bathroom. So there's so many things that you need to know just to get it right, because you can get in a lot of trouble and mess up. You go out and you order furniture and you have it delivered and you said, oh my God, this is never going to fit in this room. I thought it would, but it's not going to fit. So, a professional can really help you with that.
Perfect example. Where I am now was kind of in a rush. Picked out a couch, thought it was okay. Decided to get cats. It is now a large multi-$1,000 scratching post. Now, if I consulted with you, Dianne, I am sure you would have said, Steve, you may want to consider a tighter woven fabric so they can't get their claws in as easy as they can with the couch that you bought. So live and learn. Fortunately, it wasn't very expensive, but I have a large scratching post and little things like that.
That happens. And I think that when typically, when we begin projects, and I say we because I have a great team of designers and support staff, and we all function like this. A client comes in and we question them. Do you have pets? What kind of pets? Do
Mm,
you have children? What ages are they? What is your lifestyle? Do you like to entertain? Are you casual? Are you more formal? And we get to know the personality of the person that we're designing for. So it becomes easier for us to direct the design to the personality and the lifestyle. And so we would have avoided the cat issue
I'm sure.
right off the bat, right off the bat.
Well, that gets us into your process. Right away, you're asking questions. You learn about somebody's personality, what's their likes and dislikes, their lifestyle, i.e., cats, etc. What else? What else goes along with the process when you first meet somebody and you're going to work with them?
We need to find out their timeline.
Mm,
That's really important because some people say, oh my God, I have to have this done in 3 months or 6 months, or, they're just starting the building process, and we might have 3 years in that case. So we need to get on the timeline. Um, we need to be set up with their team of people, their contractor, their architect, and we like to start working early on with the architects because, and a lot of architects are very good at space planning, but some admit that they aren't necessarily. And they don't think certain things like a closet might open into one space. We can turn it, it can open to another space much easier and not be in the way. So just little things we can tweak, starting with the architect, then the contractor. And it's really important to build a camaraderie with the construction team. If there is construction, if it's remodeling or if it's just a facelift, it's a whole different thing. Whole different thing. But we also get into, what colors do they like? What makes them smile? And they might say, I really like blue. That's my favorite color. But I'm thinking now that I might want to do something more neutral, go with grays and blacks and more whites, keep it like that. So what I have found is that they should have really stayed with blue. They're not really comfortable doing the other. It's out of their comfort zone. They really are blue people. You're a tropical person, Steve, right?
very
So,
much.
yeah, so you like the bright tropical colors. And so I think it's good to keep people in their comfort zone, not that we can't. If they want to try something new, we're all for it and we'll help them with that. A lot of times they'll come back and say, I really need to add some blue to this room because they aren't comfortable with it's beautiful, but they needed some of their favorite colors and things. So
How did this
I,
happen for you? Like, where did your journey begin in helping people redesign their homes when you were much younger? Was this a passion? Were you artistic, creative?
I was very artistic. And as a child, I don't know why, but I always loved to push furniture around. And I'm still doing that, pushing furniture around. Um, my mother would come in to tuck me into bed, and she was afraid to come in without turning on a light because she would fall over something. The bed was in a different place. The chair was in a different place. So I started that early on. And then I actually changed majors 4 times in college, but I ended up with, I majored in art history for a while. Then I decided I would go into business. That business became my minor, and I went into interior design, and I graduated with a degree in interior design. Wow. Then I sat for the professional exam. I think the happiest moment of my life was when I passed that because it's torturous. So if you hire someone and they pass the exam, you know that you have a good person.
Wow. Good to know. Didn't know that there is it a certification?
It's a certification. It's called the NCIDQ exam, and it's very similar to what architects take. What we are not, we don't do structural, nothing structural.
Right.
That's up to the engineers, the architects. We don't do that. But we know a lot about, I don't even know where to begin, codes and just a lot of technical stuff that, it's very different than someone who is a decorator. That's a different thing. And not that there are fabulous decorators in the world, fabulous ones. So
broadly, if I would give an example, a decorator is somebody who can tell you what colors and patterns may go together. So we'll put that over to the side. Where you come in as an interior designer, you're redesigning the interior, be it suggest maybe not having that wall. That's not, but you're not going to take care of the architectural portion of that. You'll make those recommendations, but you can also, based on your experience and more, also suggest to somebody, you know what, you might want to go with navy blue on the walls. It's trending right now. I think you're going to love it. Or, I hear ceilings, dark ceilings are, big now for some. You can do all of that. Am I getting that right?
You're getting that right. Yes, you're getting that right. So I think it's there again, it's important to check out the credentials of who you plan to hire. And depending on your project, if it's very large and complicated, you may want to hire a professional. If it isn't, then you may not necessarily need to do that. You're probably just fine to hire someone is very talented, but you always need to check references. That's really, really important.
I wouldn't even think of doing that. I would just find somebody that was referred, but I probably wouldn't keep checking. But yeah, that is important. And it's not just about their knowledge, I would imagine, of interior design and colors and patterns and all of that. It's also their personality and how they connect with other people. I think that there's a lot going on there too. How about the psychology of a design? Let's say, I think it goes deeper into our mindset. Is that what you're uncovering too when you're talking with somebody to learn a little bit more about them?
Yes, but I don't think that other than the psychology of as far as their comfort zone with the colors and that sort of thing, I don't see that much psychology. What I see is, yes, the psychology of saving you stress, that sort of thing, but not the psychology of the room so much.
Gotcha.
Or the design so much.
Why don't we pick a room? Let's go. I don't know. Go to the kitchen. What are you seeing that's trending now? That's popular. suggestions you might have for somebody that's looking to maybe do a redesign?
So I can tell you that white cabinets have been the trend for probably the last 10 years or so.
Hmm.
And they're wonderful, wonderful. Clean, crisp. If you're looking for something fresh, it's great. However, people are getting a little tired of white cabinets. So, what we're doing, we may do the white cabinets, but we'll do part of the kitchen in white cabinets and then say, do the island in a wood or a color. And we may do, one wall. It just depends on the kitchen layout, what you would paint and what color and what you would paint white or what you would do in wood. So, and you might decide to do all three depending on the size of the kitchen. But now I think people are tired of so much white.
Mm.
And we're seeing colorful kitchens, cabinets painted emerald green or teal or all sorts of colors. And not necessarily there again, the whole kitchen. Some of it might still be white, but some some kitchens are being painted, the whole kitchen is being a certain color. So it's I think and I'm saying, and I don't want to jump around because I'm bad. I'm a bad jumper arounder. Um, it's the same in living spaces. When I said white, that's been the trend. Very clean, all white upholstery. People are getting tired of that. They're getting tired of the sleek, um, no accessories, and now we're starting to put things back,
Hmm.
add things. So it's just, it's what happens every 10, 15 years. The pendulum swings. And for a long time, I couldn't find anything green. If I had a client who wanted something green, that was their favorite color, it was really hard to find a lot of green. But
Wow.
now everything was blue, but and silver. But now
Hmm.
the hottest things are green and gold.
Wow. Yes,
Yeah.
gold is having a moment, and if it wasn't trending, I would look at it one off and say, "Ooh, tacky '80s back again." But no, it's accepted.
It's big. It's really big.
Wow.
Um, yeah, seriously, gold is really big. And it's not that old brass like we all knew a long time ago. It's really cool, different shades of gold finishes from, on faucets, on, hardware, on whatever. Gold is back.
Mm. What about two tone? Is that a thing now? Let's say gold and like a silver, pewter, a mixture of metals, not just gold. Is that also in now or no?
Yes, yes, that mixture. And the nice thing about that is that if you do, say, if in a kitchen you have faucets that are a combo gold and nickel,
Mm.
then you can go either way to accessorize the kitchen, to add other things. So, and yes, there are lamps right now that are silver they might have a gold streak in them. So there's so many different things, different ways you can combine finishes. Metals in general are popular,
Mm.
but not the old oil rub bronze, that sort of thing. It's more silvers and golds. So I think it's the design industry's attempt to get people away from silver and get them more used to gold now.
I'm laughing inside at oil rub bronze because I had lots of patio furniture, and after a time it gets some rust, and then a little chipping and things like that. Every spring when I had this last house, I would put down stuff outside I would get like a case of oil rub bronze spray paint and spend
Yeah.
half the afternoon at it. And just it would make it all look fresh again for one season. But just that name is just permanently etched in my mind. Final
And
question.
that's not a bad thing. That's really
No.
no, it's not a bad thing. And it's still a popular finish, particularly in exterior furniture.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. You're not doing a bad thing. That's a good
No. But it was like a ritual every
Yeah.
April to get out there and redo stuff, and then find somebody that's got that paint on sale, that color. Open concept, is that still holding strong?
Yes.
Okay.
It is still holding strong. And most of the architectural plans that we are seeing now have an open concept. And there again, I think even the more traditional, formal clients that we have are liking the openness. Occasionally, we have someone who is very old school and they want that separate dining room and separate kitchen, separate living room, but that is definitely not the trend.
Gotcha. I have to tell you, first of all, wonderful talking with you, learning a lot, and just your energy is amazing. Your website and the portfolio, whoa! I'm thinking next time we get together, pick a project and let's pick through it and what it was, what you did, how you arrived at certain colors. Just breathtaking, and I really mean that.
Thank you. Thank you.
What is your website, by the way?
www.davantinteriors.com.
And that is at Davant-interiors.com?
No, you can pull it up without the dash.
Either way. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And if somebody's got a question, or maybe they want to see if they can work with you long distance or virtually on a consultation basis, they just reach out to you. Is it a free consult just to start the conversation?
Yes, it would be free consult to start it. But I would not make it really lengthy, because I think in 10 minutes you can tell if you're going to have a fit with somebody.
I completely agree.
Away.
Yeah.
Right away. So, and I do projects in New York.
Okay, wonderful.
I just finished one in Dallas. So yes, I do a lot of long distance projects.
Terrific.
That I enjoy.
Yeah, I can tell you enjoy it. and that's before knowing you've been doing it a long time. Just your passion comes through for what you do.
If it's your passion, it's never work, Steve.
Exactly. Wonderful talking with you today, Dianne, and looking forward next time we get together.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll be right back. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, game show host, father of 5, and all-around big dude. I'm also an expert on drama. I know all kinds of drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids. There's the bad kind, like season-ending injuries. There's the necessary kind, like having an agent in Hollywood. And there's silly drama, like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your high school diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
Or text diploma to 97779. Message and data rates may apply. Reply STOP to opt out. That's diploma to 97779. And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.